Hello, 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 everybody. How is it going today? All right, so I am modeling this highway overpass here. And what I'm doing is I'm building bridge abutments, which end up going on either side of this thing. And to do that, I'm kind of cutting down some Walther's bridge abutments and gluing them in place, and then I'm gonna putty them up and kind of make it look like it's all one piece. So it's a little bit of kit bashing along with this. So this first bridge abutment I got ready to go. I had to cut it down just kind of make it fit with the overpass model I already had. The second one, I started to do it and then I didn't finish it. So we're going to start by finishing this up and then assembling stuff together. Thank you for joining my live stream. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to be doing these live streams as much as I can. Oop. This is a very old saw. I bought this back in the 90s. And I haven't used it very often, but probably need a new one. Getting there. So as I was saying, I'm going to try to do these live streams as much as possible. I'm not going to be announcing them just because I don't know when I'm going to be able to necessarily jump on and work. And I don't know how long I'm going to be able to work either. But hopefully what happens is that I'm able to build up enough of a library of these live streams that you can kind of get to see the whole darn railroad being built almost. Or at least the modeling portion of the railroad being built, as opposed to the construction, which is already done at this point. Cool. Well, these two are both done and ready to get glued in place. Get my camera up a little higher. It's really dark. Yeah, this looks a little better. All right, so what's going to happen then is I'm going to glue these in place. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember. How I set these up. Well, this one goes here like this. Did I cut the wrong one? Because I have two the same side. Oh, man. Did I cut the wrong one up? I bet I cut the wrong one up. Now I gotta hold on. I gotta go figure out where all my pieces are. Oh boy, you get to see me screw up in real time, folks. All right. I think I put all of my current projects in this box. Maybe not. Well, this one's correct for sure. This one is incorrect for sure. Where? There we are. Holy cow. Okay. So all I gotta do oh wait, hold on. Okay, so this has already been cut. All right. So we're good. We're back on track again. All right, I got two that have already been cut. Hey, how's it going, Ray? Yep. I just cut one that should not have been cut. But this is a project I started like a year ago and then set aside, so I kind of forgot what I had already done up to this point. All right, so this is going to get glued right here, and this one's going to get glued on the other side. And the way I'm going to kind of have to do this is I am going to create some supports on this so that I got as much strength as I can on these bridge abutments. Now I could take a piece, like I had this little piece cut in plastic cut. I could take a piece and kind of add them in there, and that would be the most support. But that would also mean that I would not be able to remove it in order to perform any sort of maintenance on the bridge in the future. I would have to essentially form the little hills and stuff kind of around those supports, and that would essentially lock that bridge in place. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to use kind of pieces of sprues to give me the support on the inside that I need, so that I can just kind of pull this up from the foam area in the future, should I need it, in order to make those make those changes that may need to happen to fix something that's gotten broken on it or whatever. So I'm trying to be smart and think ahead here is essentially what I'm trying to get at. Okay. So I've already sort of measured and created kind of templates for the angle that I need to glue all this down at. And I think I'm only going to be able to do one on the live stream, and then I'm going to have to wait until the glue's dried on this in order to do the other side, just because of how awkward my workspace is. Yeah, I can probably do two. Let's try. Well, let's do the one and see where that gets us. Then maybe we just go from there. So another thing I did is I pre-sanded the edge at kind of an angle, which you're not gonna be able to see very well on camera, but that kind of helps give me a little bit of a surface to glue to. So what I'm going to do here just roughen the surface up a little bit just to give my glue something to stick to. There's my little template, my little paper template, so I know the angle I want to glue it on there. And I'm going to use this Micromark Same Stuff, which is my current go-to glue. This is supposedly the same formula as 10x7, which is a glue that is very popular. I need to put something underneath this so I'm not gluing to my tabletop. This model and I have actually had a love-hate relationship with each other. I built it half as long at first with one model kit, and then I got it in place on the layout and decided that it was too short. I mean, I could do double track through here and it worked fine, but it didn't look like the prototype at all. And so I ended up getting a second kit, taking the first kit apart, which was kind of a trick because those things glued together pretty darn well, lengthening it out. That way I can add this little kind of bridge support under here, which makes it look far more like the actual prototype. It's not a perfect one-to-one, but it's going to work. It's close enough that when I paint it up to the casual observer, it'll be good enough. I've got other areas of my layout where I'm really planning on being very prototypically accurate to the real thing. This part is not one where I'm so concerned with that. All right, so I've got this glued in here. It is at the right angle. I'm going to use some plastic putty filler to kind of fix some things, but all right. And this right here is just going to give me that extra sort of internal support. And I'm just going to really lay on the, this might be too much, but all the concrete's going to get painted over with a texture, a texture paste to give it a real textured look to it. That's courtesy of Boomer Dioramas. Okay, cool. Let's give that a couple of minutes just to kind of start to really stiffen up. Then we'll turn over and do the other side. Avoid gluing yourself to yourself, Ray says. Man, okay. I am kind of, as I go, applying joint bars to my track. These little white metal castings and photo etched joint bars. So I have to use super glue in order to do so. And the how can I pull this off without screwing up what I just did? The amount of times I've super glued my fingers together in that process on that project has been incredible. All right. Let's see if I can turn this around without bumping anything. Get the other side. A little awkward, but not bad. Okay. And this side will go on like this in a very similar way. I've already created my little cutout template for this side. This one's at a bit more of an angle. The track kind of comes in here at an angle, so it's got to kind of curve around the way the track curves around under this bridge. So I tried to be pretty careful with the angles I chose. Well, let's go ahead and sand this a little bit, give us a little bit of a surface. I actually can't wait to paint this up because I do a lot of shots, at least right now, of my layout in that area. That's the most sort of scenery complete area, and this unfinished model's been in the back of like basically every shot. So I've been very excited to get this model completed. I haven't done a ton of structure kits in the past. I've avoided those. Mostly because I was choosing prototypes that didn't really require a lot of structure kits. So I kind of did it on purpose. So now that I'm kind of getting into structure kits more, they actually aren't as bad as maybe I was making it out of my head. When I was younger, I wasn't as patient. As I became later on in life. I'll hold this here for a second. And I think patience is really kind of key with structure kits. I did, the train station, the Wathers Cornerstone train station that everyone's kind of familiar with. I did like a cement plant and a furniture factory, kind of your classics. Take a look at that. Yeah, awesome. This seam here is going to get filled with some plastic putty. Some of this stuff right here, Vallejo plastic putty, and then sanded down to kind of make this look a little bit nicer. And then everything will be painted and you won't be able to see that seam at all, hopefully. Cool. I didn't expect this to take almost no time for me to do this. Let's see. I want to let this dry before I do the plastic putty thing. Nothing I have here is guardrails. These will end up getting kind of up along here. So I'm looking forward to assembling that, putting that together. Like I said, painting it's going to be fun. I'll show you the texture paste I'm going to use to cover up all the concrete bits. If I can find it. Okay. So this is courtesy of Boomer Dioramas. This is golden fiber paste. It's a opaque medium that dries to a fibrous texture, and it gives a little bit of extra texture to stuff that's going to look like concrete, cement, whatever. And you can sand it as well. But if you take a look, like this is all supposed to be concrete, right? And it's really pretty smooth. There's maybe a bit of a matte finish to these, but this is really pretty smooth. And then you can see where I've already applied some of the, can you see that? You can see where I applied some of the plastic putty to fill in some of the gaps and stuff, but it's fine. It just could look a little better. And so that's what this fiber paste is here for. So you basically just kind of paint it on and work it in. I think you put a coat of primer on before you put on the fiber paste so that the primer gives it something to stick to. I believe that's how that works. I'll be reviewing the video to make sure. But yeah, it'll help with things like these little seams and stuff. I don't know, my lighting's really bad, but there's a seam there where you're putting pieces together. So yeah, I'm trying to go a little bit above and beyond on all the structures that I end up building, just so it doesn't look just like a regular old Wathers model straight out of the box. My prototype has these 3 sort of vertical spars or whatever they're called that sort of span this area, so I added those there. So, ooh, my camera's, there we go. So that plus some of the other details I'm going to add on here, and then hopefully I'll paint it up, make it look real nice. It'll be a unique looking bridge that doesn't look like something just built straight out of the box and then slapped together real quickly and thrown on the layout. I think I just gotta let this glue dry at this point, guys. So this is gonna be a short live video today. I may come back tonight and do another video where I apply the plastic putty, but I don't want to do that just yet. I want to give it a chance to really dry and harden up there. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back and we'll do this next step here. Apply the putty, sand it down, and then we're ready for paint. So it's a short one, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everyone who showed up. I'll see everyone in another video.